Mountain West Championship game Friday night, Fox National TV, free play with analysis coming up right now. Hi, this is Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV, breaking down the rematch between UNLV and Boise State. Of course, these squads played earlier this season during the regular season. They played back on October 25th in Las Vegas, Nevada, indoors, 78-degree temperature indoor. That's not going to be the case at Albertsons Stadium. This game is on Boise State's true home field on Friday night. It's going to be cold in the 30s, but clear. So I don't think weather will be an issue. How UNLV responds to the cold weather is a little bit of a concern, but otherwise this should be a really good matchup. In fact, Boise's 29-24 win at UNLV back in late October was a bit misleading because if you look at the stats, UNLV hung tight in that game. I actually do a mathematical rescore, and I had the game pretty much even based on the drive charts. But if you look at the yards per play, the rushing numbers, I actually think UNLV is a live dog in this game. They could even pull the upset. You know, Boise State's got a lot to play for here. They win, they're in the college football playoff. I think they play a little bit tight here. UNLV, though, had they not lost to Syracuse, they could actually have a chance at the title games or at the playoffs to play for a title. That 3-point home loss against Syracuse back in early October is going to really come back to bite them because their only other loss since has been against this Boise State team. Boise's only setback, of course, came back in week 2 against a very good Oregon team, and that was an impressive loss. In fact, of all the one-loss teams, you can make an argument Boise has the best one loss on the board, losing by just 3 at Oregon in early September. These two teams have played Mountain West opponents for the last couple of months, but overall, UNLV does rate as the tougher schedule this year. So let's take a deeper dive into this game. I'm going to look at those common opponents, by the way, in a moment, as they both have a ton. They mostly played on the same field. It's a very interesting breakdown. But let's talk about how these teams move the ball. Both of them have fantastic rushing attacks offensively. In fact, very rare situation in which both teams run the ball for more plays and yardage than they throw the ball this season. So although they're two explosive offenses, they don't throw the ball quite as effective as you would think. In fact, Boise State's pass offense is a bit overrated. 7.6 yards per pass against teams that allow 7.6. UNLV gives up just 6.6. So I do think Boise will actually have a tough time throwing the ball in this game. So the question comes down, can that dominant rushing attack continue to do what they've done this year? 254 yards a game, 6.4 yards per rush. But when they played UNLV back in October, they were actually held to their second lowest rushing output of the season. And Ashton Gentry was held to just 135 gained yards, 7 lost, and 128 net, just 3.9 yards per rush for the star running back. So yes, UNLV has shown the ability to limit this Boise rushing attack, and it's not a surprise because on the season, UNLV's had an excellent rush defense, just 3.3 yards per rush allowed against teams that average 4.4. UNLV a great rushing attack as well, 5.3 yards per rush. Boise has been stronger against the rush than the pass this year, but Boise's pass defense has been subpar. 7.8 allowed against teams that average just 7.3. UNLV's averaging 8.1 yards per pass. Now, they don't throw the ball a ton, but when they do, they're much more effective than Boise's been. More balanced offense, the better defensive team, and we're getting points. Yes, the cold weather and the road trip is a concern here, but I'll take the chance with UNLV. The better offensive team balance-wise, and the better defensive team overall, getting 4 points. And I think Boise also might be playing a little bit tight with that playoff bid on the line. Let's look at those common opponents real quick. You know, being in the Mountain West, first of all, let's look at just the Mountain West games in general. Against Mountain West teams, UNLV was plus 16.5 points per game. Boise, 17.5, almost dead even. But there again, you look at the defensive numbers here, huge difference. UNLV actually 6.6 yards per play, Boise 6.5, dead even offensively. But defensively, Boise's given up 5.7, UNLV just 5.1. So once again, looking at Mountain West opponents, UNLV is the better overall statistical team, and they're almost dead even on scoring margin. And yet another reason why I think UNLV is a live dog in this game. And then finally, on the way out, let's look at some of those common opponents. You know, yes, they all played Mountain West teams, but they played a lot of the same opponents on the same fields either. They were both at Hawaii. They both played Nevada at home. They both played Oregon State as well in a non-conference game, and Boise played them at home. Meanwhile, UNLV had to go to Oregon State to win that game. They both played San Jose State on the road. So common opponents were almost identical, and the San Diego State games are both at home. So that's like 5 common opponents there. 4 of the conference games were on the exact same site So I do think those numbers have some credence. And if you look once again at the rushing yards allowed and gained, pretty even in those games as well. So once again, this line opened, by the way, as high as 6.5 at the Circa, 5.5 at DraftKings, and everybody else came around 4.5, 5, and it's been bet down to 4. I agree with the sharp money coming on the running Rebels. My concern is the weather. It's going to be clear. My concern is the cold, how they respond to that, but it's going to be clear. And I think UNLV can definitely match up in this game as they showed in that earlier meeting when they barely lost at home. Take a look at UNLV plus the 4. I think they're a live dog in this Mountain West Championship game on Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox National TV. Hey, comment below. What are your thoughts on this game? Side, total, how are you approaching it? Include some analysis as well. Let's learn and earn and win together here on WagerTalk TV. And don't forget, if you want to get my personal best bets, now is a great time because the rest of the year, all sports, just $199. Yeah, I know it's just December, but still, that's a great special. You're getting the rest of 2024, the next 3.5 weeks here of December for just $199. That's a $100 discount off the normal rate. It's good for this week only, but why delay? The sooner you get on board, the sooner the more days you get included in that package for free. It's a flat rate, $199 for the rest of the year through December 31st. The sooner you get on board, the more days you get for just $199 complete. It's not just college football, it's pro football, college basketball, and pro basketball. 4 major sports every day and night for the rest of December. $199 complete, no promo code needed. Check it out on my page, Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. And while you're there, get one of those bonus free plays. You know, I average 1 to 3 best bets a day, which means the bonus free plays that I post are last cuts games that were just a bit outside from making the best bet card, and they've done quite well over the years. Get a bonus free play every day on my page with analysis, and then check out that $199 rest of the year special, Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com. Hey, get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. Comment below. I read the comments. Thumbs up, like. If you're liking these free play videos, comment below, let me know, and give the video a thumbs up, like. The more likes, the more comments, the more free play videos I'll do each and every week for you here on WagerTalk TV. Also, click subscribe and click the bell for an instant alert so you know when my top 25 video. This is a top 25 game, but you'll know when all the other top 25 games are analyzed with my college football top 25 video this Friday. And don't forget, NFL Fade the Public will be up this Saturday. Click subscribe, click that bell for an instant alert. Follow me on social media as well on X and Instagram at Steve Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merrill on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to WagerTalk TV. There's more free play videos coming up next.